Hey, welcome back to another edition of Babyface Brew Review. My name is Alex. I'll be walking you guys and gals through this review for the next few moments here today. We've been on a little bit of a Bourbon County stout kick here. If you've watched any of the reviews over the last few days, I think we're just going to keep continuing that since it just was released, and I'm kind of hyped on it and thought that it would be something good that we could share together and kind of go back and forth on and hear your guys' thoughts, most importantly on all the variants that you might have had and what you thought of, if they were good or not. So we're actually kicking it off today with the Barleywine, the 2017 Bourbon County Brand Barleywine. This was actually aged in second use barrels. Before, I believe they used second and third use barrels, but they're only using second use barrels to avoid infection. I think they actually had to dump the Barleywine Reserve this year because of a lacto issue. So that was unfortunate, but trying to get it right here with the second use barrels. Accolades for the beer, 4.52 out of 5, putting in the world-class category on Beer Advocate. Then from Untappd, you're looking at 4.38 caps out of 5 from about 3K or so rating. So some really good stuff there. Right around that A+ grade from what we're seeing. Getting into the specs of the beer, 14.4% alcohol by volume, 60 IBUs. Going to probably split this with my pops here in a little bit. I don't know if I want to drink the whole thing. Just too much barrel kick lately, but this is one that you could probably take out by yourself, no problem. Definitely a sipper though. In regards to the ingredients in the beer, we're looking at millennial hops, and then for a base of the beer for malts, we got two-row, black malt, caramel, chocolate pale, and roast barley. So some really good stuff going on there. You can check it out on Goose Island's website. Yeah, other than that, let's crack the cap and see what we got going in the 2017 Brand Barleywine from Goose Island in Chicago, Illinois. Bottled in October 6th, so relatively fresh. I heard this one probably needs a little bit of age from what people have been saying, but we'll reserve judgment to the review. As you can see here, kind of like a tawny, like brown color, almost like a brown sugar burnt kind of brown color there. Some nice carbonation, as you can see, kind of streaming up on the side of the glass. Kind of this khaki-ish tan head, very thin, probably about half a pinky's worth there, obviously because of the bigness of the beer. 14.4%, you're not going to get too much in the way of a head and retention there. Swirl it around, see if we get some spotty lacing. Yeah, a little bit there, and some alcohol legs kind of peeling off. Yeah, definitely see some of that going on there. Let's get an aroma and a smell. I can already smell some of it from back here. It smells really nice. Yeah. English-style barley wine, I will say. Obviously barrel-aged. Molasses, big molasses, kind of like this sweet bourbon oak charredness to it. Maybe a little bit of like butterscotch, like almost like this vanilla cola type thing. Some fig, raisin, dark caramel, very perfumey actually. Roasted malts are in there as well. A little bit of tobacco, maybe. Yeah, really nice. Maybe a touch cold. Might need to let it warm up, but we'll dive into it now. Cheers, pros, whatever the hell you want to call it. This is the 2017 variant of Bourbon County Brand Barleywine. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. First thing I get up front is like this kind of like sweet alcohol, like medicinal type taste to it. Then we migrate in more to the barrel character, get some like oak, some vanilla, some caramelized like brown sugar. Those roasty malts come out as well. Some of that tobacco, the molasses as well, hanging out. Very sweet. Very sweet. There is a little bit. Yeah, we get some dark fruit in there as well. There is a little bit of a burn, a gentle like burn, from like the bourbon. Kind of almost has like a sherry, like brandy quality to it on the end. Yeah, it's nice. I think as you drink more into it, obviously, like that first sip, you really get the aggression of the booze and the sweetness. But as you drink more into it, you start to get more of the barrel. You get more of the dried fruit characteristic, that oak, that char, along with that tobacco-y type flavor that's coming out. It's nice. As for a feel, it's velvety. It's very smooth actually as well. I was alluding to the burn, but it's a smooth burn, if that makes sense. It's very smooth, sweet, but it's balanced by some of the barrel characteristic and maybe even a touch of the millennial hops there. There's a little bit of bitterness on that back end, but it's really combating with that sweetness there. Kind of medium, fullish body. I would say that the Bourbon County has more, more viscosity, more of a, kind of a just more rounded out body. This one is a little sweet, but it's definitely a sipper. It's decadent. It's complex. It's very nice. I think personally, in my opinion, and let me know down below in the comment section there, I think it could use a little bit more age. I do agree with some of the reviews that I'd seen. I think it could use, a year or two, really round out that sweetness and see what you get there from the barrel characteristic. But it's nice. It's very enjoyable. Yeah, you drink more into it, and it just coats the palate, sticking to the palate. Really, really drinks nice. You get adjusted to, the alcohol. That first sip was overwhelming in a sense. It was very medicinal, very syrupy, sweet. But as you drink more into it, obviously coating the palate, you get all those characteristics from the barrel and the base beer there. So as for a grade, I'm going to go right around a 95. I think it's an A beer. I don't know if it's an A plus beer. I'd like to come back to this in about a year or two and see what it's done. I've got a 2016 barley wine that I'm sitting on that I'll do a review on here shortly. It might even be a little while. I want to age it out, but 95 for me. But that's not what matters. Matters to you guys and gals things. So you can let me know by leaving that all in the comments section down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Let's go back and forth on the jargon. What other variants did you guys have? Did you get a hold of the reserve, the proprietors? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that and what you guys, graded those. So until next time, cheers, pros. We'll see y'all again on Babyface Brew Review.